Ladies and gentlemen, it is a very beautiful day, as you can see. Very beautiful. Welcome back to Two Hills Paradise. This is Meshach, and as you can see, we are in some jungle. Look around. This is SGR. Can you see this? This is SGR that runs from Nairobi through to Naivasha. Naivasha is on this side. This is our brand new Tekken 200 Discovery, and we are here to discuss something about this bike. As you all know, every time I pick a brand new zero mileage motorcycle, I have to do a couple of videos. I have to tell you my first off-road experience. Yeah, my first off-road experience with the motorcycle. I also have to give you my insights, my feedback after 100 kilometers. 100 kilometers from zero. And you see this? I'm very sure this looks familiar, right? This is Rogonaut Mountain. This Rogonaut. From here, the place looks very cool, but as you get so close to the ground, you start to realize we have a lot of gullies. This is a very beautiful place to test your off-road motorcycle. And as it is right now, I am going through this mountain. I want to give my feedback after my first off-road experience. When it comes to off-road, I want to test how much that bike can run comfortable without the risk of crashing off-road. How is the handling? How is the acceleration off-road? How is the suspension handling? The locks and small pebbles and such like gullies. I want to tell you what this motorcycle can be if you purchase it. That is the business I have here. And right now, this video is about the first 100 kilometers. This bike has just hit the first 100 kilometers from zero. As you can see, it's a very beautiful bike, and we are at 100.1. 100 kilometers and 100 meters. The first 100 kilometers from zero. I picked this bike yesterday from the showroom, Nairobi Power Bikes, and I have given this engine the first 100 kilometers. From here, how is the bike handling? First things first, as you can see, this is a beautiful bike. Talking about the physical looks, this is a beautiful bike. A beautiful bike. Actually, without someone telling you what it is, you might think it is one of those Japanese entry-level off-road bikes, the 200 cc's. But this is coming from Lonsin. The engine is made by Lonsin in China, and Lonsin are the guys who manufacture BMW GS engines. So it's coming from some guys who know what they're doing. And as you ride this bike, you can really tell it is a smooth bike. I have to tell you, this is not a powerful bike. This is not a fast bike. All right? So let's not lie to each other that you'll come here and have some experience of a sport bike. This is not a sport bike. And that is the reason why my testing is not on the highways. My testing is on the jungles, off-road. I want to tell you what the bike is when you bring it to the forest. This is where the bike feels home. Can you see where I've come from? Some couple of kilometers off the highway, off-road. The bike is already starting to look dirty. I love it. First, the suspension. It's okay. For the highway, I give it 100%. I don't think you need better suspension than that one. It's basic suspension, handling properly on the highway. I don't think you need anything else. At first, I was a bit skeptical about these chokes, because most of the bikes that we are having these days are not coming with these chokes. They are coming with inverted forks. But now this one is coming with the standard, the old school shocks. I was a bit skeptical about these ones, but after my first 100 kilometers, I'm starting to change my mind. They are okay. Very, very much okay. Very, very, very much okay. And I love the fact that they are coming already protected with this boot. Yeah, I'm loving it because they are coming already protected. The other thing is we have the rear shock. It's a bit raised, making the motorcycle look like it is somehow not flat. As you can see, the bike looks like it is leaning to the front somehow. The rear suspension is a little bit longer, and for that one, I think in the next model they will have to look at that one. Or better still, they make it a bit softer, such that when you sit on the bike, it balances somehow and becomes flat. But for now, there is some slight feeling of leaning forward as you sit on it. But I know it is because of my height also. I'm not so short, so you can tell it is leaning somehow. You can really see, even if you look at the bike from here, you can see the bike is looking like it is leaning. However, the suspension is okay. It's doing what it is supposed to do, especially off-road. It is doing what it is supposed to do. The ground clearance is awesome. This is enough for you to go wherever you want to go. Speed-wise on the highway, I have not had time to push the bike, especially now because it is new. You cannot push a brand new motorcycle. What you need is to give it time to do what we call engine braking. So the highest speed I have done is, I think it's around 90. It's around 90. But I'm not even worried about speed as much. What I am worried about is the RPMs. During the engine braking period, what you need to be careful about is the RPM. Can you see here? From 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 is the start of red line, which goes from 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. For this bike, since it is new, you should not go beyond 6,000 RPM. For whatever reason, don't go beyond 6. Out of 14, do not go beyond 6. Because when you go beyond 6, this is where the power is. For this motorcycle, we are getting around 18 horsepower, which comes to the peak at around 6,500 RPM, around 65. So if you push this bike beyond 6, you are pushing it exactly to where the power band is, and that is where the piston now starts to feel stressed out. Yeah, that is where the piston now starts to feel stressed out, and it is getting stressed out because it is being pushed to produce the highest amount of power this bike can have. The power band, the highest level of power, you get it from 6,500. So if you push it to 6,500, you are actually telling the bike, I want you to produce the maximum amount of power that you have. This is wrong. This is wrong. Engine is made of metal parts. Metal need to sit properly. Piston links, valves, piston itself, the crankshaft, the bearings, give them time to sit properly. Give them time to sit properly. There is wear and tear that happens in the first 1,000 kilometers to make every part sit properly. So for now, you should not push that bike to test the top speed. Do not do that. And it is not only this one. Any motorcycle, call it whatever you want to call it, the big names, you are not supposed to push that when you pick it from 0. Even vehicles. Don't leave it, don't push it to get maximum power, don't do that. For now, we are testing things slowly. The brakes are handling properly. I don't think you need better brakes than the ones we have here. This is a motorcycle that is not so fast. Okay, it is not so fast, so you don't need so much braking power. I have realized that this one has a better headlight than the Tekken 250 we discussed last time. This headlight is working properly. Yeah, and it is a very beautiful headlight. This headlight is working properly, especially the high beam. This headlight is working properly, and also a very beautiful headlight. That's parking light, that's off. Parking light, low beam, high beam. This one is working properly. The bike has a gear indicator. As you can see, it has a gear indicator. The odometer will tell you how many kilometers you have done. It has the speed at the center. It has the RPM and the fuel gauge. Something I'm loving is the fuel consumption of this motorcycle. I fueled this bike full tank at Total Survey along Thika Road. For those who know Thika Road, just opposite KCA University, there is a Total petrol station. Yesterday, after picking the bike around 5:30, I went to that Total and filled the tank. I realized that this tank is getting around 13 point something liters because the bike had some little fuel from the shop. So I want this to go completely dry. Then from there I can put a full tank and see how much fuel we have. But my estimate is around 13.5 around there, this tank. The bike is still reading full even after 100 kilometers. And by the time I was fueling this bike, it was at 14 kilometers. So we have done 86 kilometers and we still have a lot of fuel here. The bars are still reading full. Yeah, we still have a lot of fuel. I think we have consumed like 2 liters only. If you put 2 liters here, I want to believe this is going to be full to the brim. So the estimate of around 40 kilometers per liter should make sense now, especially now that the bike is not being pushed. But the first 100 kilometers of every engine, the consumption is not standard. It is consuming more fuel than how it should consume at the normal rate. As the time goes, everything sits properly and then we start getting the correct figures. But for now, this motorcycle is awesome. The first 100 kilometers I approve. You can buy this bike and do whatever you want with it. It is a good bike. You're not getting tired of sitting there. The bike is tall enough. Small bumps, small potholes on the highway, you don't feel them. You don't feel them completely. So whoever designed this bike for off-road, I think they knew what they were doing. This is the good bike according to the 100 kilometers I have done.